SoftBank's Masayoshi Son unveils Project Crystal Land, a $1 trillion AI and robotics hub in Arizona. On June 20, 2025, Masayoshi Son, the founder and CEO of SoftBank, made headlines with the announcement of a monumental initiative dubbed Project Crystal Land. Positioned as a transformative $1 trillion AI and robotics hub in Arizona, this ambitious project is set to position the state as a crucial player in the global technology landscape. The announcement has generated considerable excitement with implications for the economy, technology sector, and local job market. Key components of Project Crystal Land. 1. Partnerships with industry leaders. At the forefront of Project Crystal Land is Son's commitment to establishing partnerships with leading semiconductor manufacturers. Notably TSMC, Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing company, and Samsung. These companies are pivotal in creating a robust technological ecosystem that will support the production and innovation needed for advanced AI and robotics solutions. The collaboration aims to ensure a steady supply of essential components, which is critical for the hub's success. 2. Shenzhen-style manufacturing vision. Son's vision for Project Crystal Land draws inspiration from Shenzhen, China, renowned for its rapid prototyping and agile manufacturing capabilities. This approach emphasizes efficiency and innovation, enabling quick turnarounds in production and fostering a culture of technological advancement. By adopting a similar model, Arizona could become a manufacturing powerhouse, attracting tech firms and startups looking to leverage advanced capabilities in AI and robotics. 3. Government engagement and incentives. Recognizing the importance of government support. SoftBank is actively engaging with federal and state authorities to secure financial incentives for Project Crystal Land. This includes discussions about potential tax breaks and other forms of support aimed at attracting investment and facilitating development in the region. The outreach indicates a strategic effort to create a favorable business environment that encourages innovation and job creation. 4. Project-based funding model. To finance Project Crystal Land, SoftBank plans to utilize a project-based funding model leveraging its substantial liquidity of approximately $23 billion. This approach allows for targeted allocation of resources, ensuring that investments are channeled into specific development areas that will maximize the project's impact. By focusing on strategic investments, SoftBank aims to enhance the project's overall efficiency and effectiveness. 5. Economic impact. The anticipated economic ramifications of Project Crystal Land are significant. By creating thousands of jobs and attracting substantial investments, the initiative is poised to bolster the American economy. The project promises to foster technological advancements, enhance Arizona's competitiveness in the tech sector, and create a vibrant ecosystem for innovation. Reactions and implications. The announcement has elicited a range of responses from industry experts, policymakers, and the public. Many view Project Crystal Land as a bold move that could redefine Arizona's technological landscape. The emphasis on strategic partnerships and innovative manufacturing models is seen as a forward-thinking approach that aligns with global trends in technology and production. However, there are also voices of skepticism regarding Son's ambitious plans, particularly given his history of launching large-scale projects. Critics have pointed to potential challenges in execution, funding, sustainability, and the ability to deliver on such a grand vision within the projected timelines. The comparison to Son's previous $500 billion Stargate project, which faced its own set of challenges, has prompted some to question the feasibility of yet another massive undertaking. Conclusion. Project Crystal Land represents a significant leap forward for SoftBank under Masayoshi Son's leadership, aiming to establish Arizona as a global hub for AI and robotics. With strategic partnerships and innovative manufacturing vision, strong government engagement, and a robust funding model, the initiative has the potential to reshape the technological landscape. As the project unfolds, it will be crucial to monitor its progress, assess the execution of its ambitious goals, and evaluate the broader economic impact on the region and beyond. The successful realization of Project Crystal Land could position Arizona as a leader in technology innovation, setting a precedent for future initiatives in the ever-evolving tech landscape. The announcement of SoftBank's Project Crystal Land by Masayoshi Son is filled with counterintuitive elements that challenge common perceptions about technology investments, economic development, and the manufacturing landscape in the United States. Here are some of the notable counterintuitive aspects identified in the content. 1. Massive investment in a non-traditional tech hub. The idea of establishing a $1 trillion AI and robotics hub in Arizona might seem counterintuitive given that technology innovation and manufacturing are often associated with traditional tech hubs like Silicon Valley or even Shenzhen, China. Arizona, while known for its favorable business climate, does not have a historical precedent for being a tech powerhouse. This move suggests a belief that economic and technological ecosystems can be developed in regions not traditionally recognized for such capabilities. 2. Shenzhen-style manufacturing in the U.S. The project draws inspiration from Shenzhen's rapid prototyping and production capabilities, which could be seen as a contradiction to the perception that U.S. manufacturing is largely outdated or incapable of competing with low-cost labor markets. By adopting a Shenzhen-style model, the initiative proposes that the U.S. can innovate in manufacturing processes and potentially outpace competitors, challenging the narrative that American manufacturing is in decline. 3. Strong government outreach for incentives. The emphasis on strong government outreach to secure incentives may seem contradictory to the broader skepticism regarding government involvement in tech developments. Typically, the tech industry is viewed as self-sufficient and driven by market forces. However, this project underscores the necessity of collaboration between the public and private sectors, suggesting that government support can catalyze significant advancements in technology and infrastructure. 4. Project-based funding model leveraging $23 billion. The choice to leverage a specific funding model focused on project-based outcomes rather than traditional investment strategies could be perceived as risky. Most large-scale projects rely on broad financial backing without strict delineations. However, this model implies a more strategic and calculated approach to funding, which counters the common practice of blanket investments that may not yield specific results. 5. Economic impact. Despite skepticism of past projects, there is skepticism surrounding Masayoshi Son's ambitious projects due to past initiatives like the $500 billion Stargate project, which may not have met initial expectations. Yet the announcement of Project Crystal Land presents an optimistic view of the economic potential, suggesting that even in light of previous failures, bold visions can still lead to substantial economic benefits. This reflects a counterintuitive belief that failures in the past do not preclude future successes. 6. The role of TSMC and Samsung. Partnering with leading semiconductor manufacturers like TSMC and Samsung may seem counterintuitive given the geopolitical tensions and supply chain vulnerabilities highlighted in recent years. However, Son's approach indicates a recognition that collaboration with established tech giants is essential for creating a robust technological ecosystem, contradicting the notion that U.S. tech companies should solely focus on domestic capabilities. 7. Rethinking job creation and economic growth. The project promises significant job creation and economic stimulation in Arizona, which may seem overly optimistic given the current trends of automation and AI, which often lead to job displacement rather than creation. This belief that a massive investment in AI and robotics will create jobs in a region facing potential job losses due to automation challenges conventional views on labor markets in the face of technological advancement. 8. Global technology powerhouse outside of traditional borders. The ambition to make Arizona a global tech powerhouse challenges the existing narrative that such status is reserved for established centers of technology. This suggests a belief in the democratization of technology development, where regions outside traditional hubs can emerge as competitive players in the global marketplace. In summary, Project Crystal Land embodies several counterintuitive ideas that challenge conventional wisdom surrounding technology investment, manufacturing, economic strategy, and job creation. It reflects a bold vision that aims to redefine how and where technology can thrive in the modern era. Important content overlooked in SoftBank's Project Crystal Land announcement. While the announcement of SoftBank's Project Crystal Land has attracted significant media attention, there are nuanced aspects of the project that many may overlook which carry substantial long-term implications. Here are some key elements that deserve further exploration and why they are significant. 1. Partnerships with TSMC and Samsung. The discussions for partnerships with TSMC and Samsung are not merely about securing technological support, they signify a shift in the global semiconductor landscape. Arizona, often overshadowed by Silicon Valley in East Asia, is positioning itself to become a critical player in the semiconductor supply chain. Significance. Supply chain security. By establishing a robust semiconductor ecosystem in Arizona, the project could enhance the United States' supply chain resilience, particularly against geopolitical tensions that could disrupt supply lines from Asia. Technological sovereignty. Collaborating with leaders in semiconductor manufacturing could help the U.S. regain a competitive edge in chip technology. This could aid in the development of advanced AI and robotics applications, ultimately reducing dependence on foreign technologies. 2. Shenzhen-style manufacturing vision. The project's aspiration to emulate Shenzhen's manufacturing capabilities could be transformative for Arizona. Shenzhen is renowned for its rapid prototyping and innovation-driven manufacturing processes. Significance. Agility in production. Adopting a Shenzhen-style model means Arizona could quickly adapt to market demands and technological advancements, fostering a culture of innovation and rapid development. Ecosystem development. This model encourages the growth of a local ecosystem of startups, suppliers, and manufacturers, potentially leading to a vibrant tech community that could attract talent and investment. 3. Government outreach for incentives. The strong government outreach for financial incentives can often be seen as a typical maneuver in large projects. However, the extent and nature of these incentives could have broader ramifications. Significance. Long-term economic strategy. Incentives can attract not just the initial investment but also create a lasting framework for economic growth in Arizona, potentially reshaping the region into a long-term tech hub. Political dynamics. The project may shift political landscapes as local and state governments vie for favorable terms, influencing future legislation regarding technology and manufacturing. 4. Project-based funding model. SoftBank's strategy of utilizing a project-based funding model with its $23 billion liquidity is noteworthy. This approach allows for targeted investments that can adapt to the evolving needs of the project. Significance. Efficiency in resource allocation. This model could lead to increased accountability and efficiency, ensuring funds are used effectively to meet specific milestones rather than being spread too thin across various initiatives. Attracting further investment. A clear and focused funding strategy can attract additional investors who may see a well-defined pathway for the project's success, potentially multiplying the initial investment. 5. Economic impact. The projected economic impact of creating jobs and attracting further investment is often highlighted. But the qualitative aspects of job creation are significant as well. Significance. Quality of jobs. The focus on AI and robotics suggests that the jobs created will likely be high-skill positions, which could elevate the overall educational and skill levels of the local workforce. Long-term economic diversification. By fostering high-tech industries, Arizona could reduce its reliance on traditional sectors, leading to more resilient economic growth and stability. 6. Cultural and social implications. While not always the focus of business reports, the cultural and social implications of such a tech hub are profound. Significance. Community development. The influx of high-tech jobs can lead to demographic shifts as talent from across the nation and the world may migrate to Arizona, bringing diverse cultural influences that could enrich local communities. Educational partnerships. the project could catalyze partnerships with local universities and research institutions, enhancing educational offerings and aligning them with industry needs, thereby creating a pipeline of talent tailored to the tech industry. 7. Environmental considerations. Large-scale projects often have environmental impacts that are overlooked in the excitement of economic growth. Significance. Sustainable practices. The vision for a tech hub could include sustainable manufacturing practices, which would be crucial in addressing environmental concerns associated with tech manufacturing. Community engagement. How the project engages with local communities regarding environmental sustainability could set a precedent for future tech projects. Conclusion. In summary, while the announcement of Project Crystal Land is primarily framed around economic growth and technological development, the overlooked aspects such as supply chain security, long-term economic strategies, job quality, cultural implications, and environmental considerations are equally significant. These elements not only shape the immediate impact of the project but also determine its legacy and influence on the broader socio-economic landscape in Arizona and beyond. Understanding these nuances provides a more comprehensive view of how such a monumental project could reshape not just a state but the very fabric of the U.S. technology sector. In-depth analysis and discussion points on Project Crystal Land. 1. Strategic partnerships with semiconductor giants TSMC and Samsung. The cornerstone of Project Crystal Land is its potential partnerships with leading semiconductor manufacturers like TSMC and Samsung. These collaborations are pivotal for several reasons. Technology infrastructure. The semiconductor industry is foundational to AI and robotics, providing the necessary chips and technology for advanced applications. By aligning with TSMC and Samsung, SoftBank can ensure a stable supply chain and cutting-edge technology for Project Crystal Land. Supply chain resilience. The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted vulnerabilities in global supply chains, particularly in semiconductor production. Strategic partnerships can mitigate these risks, allowing for localized manufacturing and quicker response times. Innovation and R&D collaboration. By partnering with established players in the semiconductor field, SoftBank can tap into their research and development capabilities, fostering innovation and accelerating the development of AI and robotics technologies. Discussion questions. What specific roles will TSMC and Samsung play in Project Crystal Land? How can SoftBank leverage these partnerships to gain a competitive edge in the AI and robotics market? 2. Shenzhen-style manufacturing vision. The vision of adopting a Shenzhen-style manufacturing model represents a significant shift in how technology is produced in the U.S. Rapid prototyping and production. Shenzhen is known for its fast turnaround times in manufacturing, allowing for quick iterations and adjustments. This approach could enable Arizona to become a hub for rapid tech development, attracting startups and established companies alike. Ecosystem of innovation. Shenzhen's success is partly due to its dense network of suppliers, manufacturers, and tech firms, creating an environment ripe for innovation. Project Crystal Land aims to replicate this ecosystem, potentially leading to a surge in tech entrepreneurship in Arizona. Workforce development. This manufacturing model will require a skilled workforce adept at advanced manufacturing techniques, which could lead to new educational programs and training initiatives in the region. Discussion questions. What challenges might Arizona face in attempting to replicate Shenzhen's manufacturing success? How can local educational institutions contribute to building a workforce suited for this new manufacturing landscape? 3. Government engagement and incentives. Strong outreach to government entities is crucial for securing the necessary support and resources for Project Crystal Land. Financial incentives. SoftBank's discussions with government officials for tax breaks and other incentives can significantly lower operational costs and attract further investment. Regulatory support. Engaging with government bodies can also streamline regulatory processes, making it easier to establish new facilities and operations in Arizona. Public-private partnerships. This project could serve as a model for future public-private collaborations, showcasing how government support can catalyze private sector innovation. Discussion questions. What specific incentives might be most effective in attracting companies to Arizona for Project Crystal Land? How can the government ensure that the benefits of this project are distributed equitably among local communities? 4. Project-based funding model leveraging $23 billion liquidity. The funding strategy for Project Crystal Land is innovative and focused on maximizing impact. Targeted investments. By utilizing a project-based funding model, SoftBank can allocate resources to specific initiatives within Project Crystal Land, ensuring that funding is directed where it is most needed and can achieve the greatest impact. Sustainability and scalability. This model allows for flexibility in funding, making it easier to scale successful initiatives and pivot away from less successful ones, which is crucial in the fast-evolving tech landscape. Attracting further investment. Demonstrating a well-structured funding strategy could attract additional investors, both domestic and international, further enhancing the project's viability and success. Discussion questions. How can SoftBank ensure transparency and accountability in its project-based funding model? What metrics should be established to measure the success of different initiatives within Project Crystal Land? Conclusion. Project Crystal Land represents a bold vision for the future of AI and robotics in Arizona, with the potential to significantly impact the global tech landscape. The success of this initiative will hinge on effective partnerships, innovative manufacturing practices, strong government support, and a robust funding strategy. Engaging in a deeper analysis of these 4 key points will provide valuable insights into the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead for SoftBank and the broader tech ecosystem. 1. The Tennessee Valley Authority TVA, 1933. The TVA was established as part of the New Deal by President Franklin D. Roosevelt during the Great Depression. Its primary goal was to address the economic devastation in the Tennessee Valley through flood control, electricity generation, and economic development. The TVA partnered with local and federal governments to create jobs, improve infrastructure, and stimulate the economy in a region that had been severely impacted by economic downturns. The project involved significant investments in hydroelectric power plants and the construction of dams, ultimately transforming the region into an industrial and agricultural hub. 2. Silicon Valley, 1950s to present. Silicon Valley, located in California, emerged as a global center for technology and innovation in the late 20th century. It began as a hub for electronics and semiconductor manufacturing, with significant contributions from companies like Hewlett-Packard, Intel, and later Google and Apple. The development of Silicon Valley was fueled by strategic government policies, significant venture capital investments, and partnerships between universities and the private sector. The area's manufacturing capabilities and entrepreneurial spirit attracted talent and resources, resulting in a thriving ecosystem for technology development and innovation. 3. Dubai's Vision 2021 to 2013. Dubai's Vision 2021 is a strategic initiative launched by the UAE government aimed at transforming Dubai into a global city and a vibrant hub for business and tourism. The vision focuses on various sectors, including economy, education, healthcare, and infrastructure. It involves significant investments in technology and innovation, with plans to develop smart city initiatives and attract foreign investments. The government actively engages with international partners and companies to foster economic growth and improve the quality of life for residents. The initiative has led to substantial developments in various sectors, positioning Dubai as a leading global city. Future outlook: Masayoshi Son's Project Crystal Land. As Masayoshi Son unveils his ambitious vision for Project Crystal Land, a $1 trillion AI and robotics hub in Arizona, the implications for the future of technology, economy, and global competitiveness are profound. Here we outline predictions for the future trajectory of this initiative considering its partnership's economic impact and broader implications for the tech industry. 1. The rise of a new tech hub. Prediction: Arizona will emerge as a leading global tech hub by 2030. With the establishment of Project Crystal Land, Arizona is poised to transform into a nexus for AI and robotics. The partnership discussions with semiconductor giants TSMC and Samsung will enhance local manufacturing capabilities and supply chain efficiencies. This could attract other technology companies, creating a cluster effect reminiscent of Silicon Valley, where proximity fosters innovation and collaboration. 2. Manufacturing renaissance. Prediction: the Shenzhen-style manufacturing model will redefine U.S. manufacturing by 2035. By adopting a Shenzhen-inspired manufacturing model, Arizona could lead a renaissance in American manufacturing. Rapid prototyping, agile production systems, and a skilled workforce will become the norm. This shift could revitalize U.S. manufacturing capabilities, reduce dependency on overseas production, and enhance resilience against global supply chain disruptions. 3. Economic growth and job creation. Prediction: Project Crystal Land will create over 500,000 jobs by 2035. The economic impact of this initiative is expected to be substantial, with strong government outreach and incentives. The project will likely attract significant investment, leading to the creation of high-skilled jobs in AI, robotics, engineering, and manufacturing. This influx of jobs could significantly reduce unemployment rates in the region and spur economic growth, benefiting local businesses and communities. 4. Advancements in AI and robotics. Prediction: breakthroughs in AI and robotics will accelerate at an unprecedented rate by 2030. The concentration of resources, talent, and funding in Arizona will likely catalyze rapid advancements in AI and robotics. With a focus on research and development, Arizona could become a leader in emerging technologies, including autonomous systems, advanced robotics, and AI-driven solutions for various industries. This innovation ecosystem will contribute to global technological advancements and potentially set new industry standards. 5. Global competitiveness. Prediction: the U.S. will regain leadership in tech innovation by 2035. With initiatives like Project Crystal Land, the U.S. is positioned to reclaim its status as a leader in technology and innovation. The emphasis on AI and robotics will not only bolster the domestic industry but also enhance the country's competitive edge against emerging technological powerhouses like China. This shift could lead to increased geopolitical influence and foster international collaborations in technology development. 6. Sustainability and ethical considerations. Prediction: ethical frameworks for AI and robotics will evolve in parallel with technological advancements by 2030. As AI and robotics technologies advance, there will be a growing focus on ethical considerations and sustainability. Arizona's tech hub could become a model for integrating ethical AI practices and sustainability into technology development. This may involve creating frameworks for responsible AI usage, promoting eco-friendly manufacturing practices, and addressing concerns about job displacement due to automation. 7. Investment landscape transformation. Prediction: the funding landscape for tech projects will shift towards project-based funding models by 2030. With the project-based funding model leveraging SoftBank's $23 billion liquidity, we may see a shift in how tech projects are financed. This approach could encourage more strategic investments, focusing on specific outcomes and milestones rather than traditional funding models. As a result, investors may become more discerning, leading to higher accountability and efficiency in tech project execution. 8. Challenges and risks. Prediction: regulatory and logistical challenges will emerge, necessitating adaptive strategies by 2028. While the prospects for Project Crystal Land are promising, challenges such as regulatory hurdles, logistical issues, and competition for talent will require adaptive strategies. Addressing these challenges will be critical for the project's success. Stakeholders will need to engage with policymakers, invest in workforce development, and create robust logistical networks to ensure the project's sustainability. Conclusion: Project Crystal Land represents a bold vision for the future of technology with the potential to reshape Arizona and the broader U.S. economy. As Masayoshi Son's plans unfold, the implications of this initiative could extend beyond economic growth, influencing global competitiveness, technological advancements, and ethical considerations in AI and robotics. The next decade will be pivotal in determining whether this ambitious project can realize its transformative potential and position the U.S. at the forefront of the next industrial revolution.